You miss me, right? So, is Captain Jack going to be in Revolution of the Daleks? Probably. My name is Sideman Alf, and this is all the evidence that Captain Jack will be in Revolution of the Daleks. Piece of evidence number 1. So, there was a video uploaded a while ago to the Doctor Who YouTube channel, which was sort of the grand finale to the whole Doctor Who cast challenges they've been doing throughout the series. In that video, off to the side, you can clearly see John Barrowman is present in costume. He's just slightly obscured in shadows, but he is definitely there. You can also clearly hear his voice at one point as well.
Come on,
But what's wrong with this? Couldn't this have just been on the day that he filmed his Future to the Jadoon scenes? Well, no. John Barrowman claimed to have never met Jodie Whittaker whilst filming Future to the Jadoon, yet here he is clearly in the same room as Jodie. In addition to this, the companions are all in costumes that we didn't see in Series 12, so that further adds to the point that this was filmed after Series 12 and not during it, which was when the special would have been filmed. But is that all the evidence we have? Of course not. Evidence sort of 2.5, but not really, because he is listed on IMDb as being in the episode, but as we know from the Series 12 IMDb leaks, which I covered extensively on the channel, you can't really trust anything on IMDb, because elements were sort of true, but the actual thing it was saying wasn't. Also, that wasn't evidence 2.5, that was evidence 1.5 anyway. I just get on with evidence number 2, proper evidence number 2. So, the second piece of evidence comes in another interview posted on, wouldn't you know it, the Doctor Who YouTube channel, where John Barrowman talks about how all the scenes for that day were with Bradley Walsh whilst he was filming Future the Jadoon. But all the scenes for Fugitive were filmed in one day. But he could just be referring to that one day of filming, but if you listen to the way he says it and what he actually says in the interview, you can sort of tell he's not talking about just that day of filming, which means he did film other stuff for Series 12. But how will he come back, and what will his role actually be? Well, at the end of the time as children, the Doctor's sent to prison by the Jadoon, where she is trapped for all eternity. Or so it seems. At the end of Jack's scenes in Future with the Jadoon, he is caught by an anti-theft program which starts attacking him with nanogenes, which was very apt for his introduction in Series 1. To bring that back now, that was cool. Anyway, he then teleports all the way and escapes, and sends the companions back. Or does he? We don't actually get confirmation at any point from comments by Chris Chibnall, John Barrowman, or anyone in the show that he does escape the anti-theft program. I think it's very possible that he didn't escape and instead was transported to the same prison that the Doctor ends up at the end of the time as children. My prediction is he will there meet up with the Doctor and they will use the vortex manipulator to escape and get back to Earth to stop a Dalek thing, whether that's invasion, civil war, we don't know. I also think that it's very possible that at the end of Revolution of the Daleks, Graham and Ryan will both be leaving the TARDIS one way or another, and Captain Jack will go with the Doctor and Yaz and become a companion for Series 13, which would be very cool, and I'm sure a lot of fans would really like that as well. Also thinking even further forward in the future, there has been lots of talk from Mandip Gill who said she would really like Yaz to join Torchwood, and it's been referenced in the show lots, and there have been lots of people talking about it. So I think that at the end of Series 13, Captain Jack and Yaz will both leave the TARDIS to go and form a new Torchwood, and that would lead to a reboot of Torchwood. Well, not a reboot, just a continuation of Torchwood, finally getting Torchwood Series 5. So we have a Doctor Who spin-off for the Chibnall era, and this would work quite well because Chibnall was basically the main writer for Torchwood in Series 1 and Series 2, not so much for Children on Earth and Miracle Day, but he was very prominent in the sort of full seasons rather than the event seasons. But I want to know what you think. Do you think that all the evidence here is enough to suggest that Captain Jack will be in Revolution of the Daleks? If so, do you think he'll become a companion, and do you think Torchwood will make a return? I'd really like to hear your thoughts down in the comment below. I've been Sideman Alf. I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. I haven't really had many new subscribers recently, but you don't have to, of course, it is definitely optional. But if you like the content, then I try and get content out every week. I used to say every Sunday, but that's sort of every week, because the thing that's happening at the moment is sort of affecting my ability to make these videos at the moment, but I'm going to try really hard to get one out every week. But I've been Simon Alf, but for me for now, it's goodbye.